Okay, now we are on the third step. Let's adjust the other devices on this machine. First, the guardrail of the conveyor line. Put the bottle on the conveyor line first. Adjust the guardrails left and right. Try moving it around. As long as the bottle doesn't get stuck, it'll be fine. Next, the bottle arrives here. It's a bottle separator. The bottle separator is two big rubber rollers. Now this bottle can't pass, so we need to increase the distance between these two rubber rollers. It can be adjusted through these four screws. To move the roller back a little bit, just squeeze the bottle lightly. Then, in the fifth step, after we put it in here, we need to adjust its tightness. Adjust width. Squeeze it, but not too tightly. When passing through this device, it goes to the next device. The bottle must be suppressed by the downward pressure device. This will play a role that, when the bottle enters the labeling process of my machine, it will enable the bottle to move stably at the designated position. In addition, the top and bottom two devices press the bottle at the same time. The speed of the upper and lower conveyor belts is the same. It keeps the bottle stable. In summary, it will improve our labeling accuracy. Then the height of this downward pressure device. Basically adjust up and down through this hand wheel. Next, the bottle will reach the bottle sensor. Our bottle sensor. The function of this sensor is, after it detects the bottle, send a command for the labeling head to distribute a label. So, we constantly adjust this movement, this sensor, left or right. It can control the left and right positions of the label on the bottle. The upper and lower positions of the label on the bottle. It is adjusted through our hand wheel. To adjust the upper and lower positions of the entire labeling machine head, up and down adjustments. At the same time, it determines the upper and lower positions of the label on the bottle. Of course, it can also be adjusted by changing the parameters on the touchscreen. Click Parameters. Find the bottle option we selected at the outset. Change the label feed delay parameter. This also controls the left and right position of the label on the bottle. The longer the delay, the later the labels will be distributed. The position of the label on the bottle will be further back. That is to say, we have two kinds of sensors on this machine. One is a sensor that detects the bottle. One is a sensor that detects labels. The sensor that detects the label controls the length of the label. Sensors for detecting bottles. It controls the distribution of labels earlier or later. To sum up, we need to adjust these two places when changing the bottle or label. Adjusting the position of the sensor is a rough adjustment. If you want fine adjustment, you need to adjust the parameters in the system. You can increase it little by little. And finally, the bottle reaches the end. We just need to adjust the guardrail. Also, share something else. The speed of our downward pressure device and the conveyor line is always the same, are always at the same speed, because the machine uses servo motors through the encoder of the conveyor belt below. Synchronizes the speed of the lower conveyor belt to the servo motor on the top conveyor belt. So as long as the lower conveyor line is fast, The upper conveyor line will also be fast. It's always synchronized. If the lower one is slow, the upper one will also slow down. So the two conveyor belts can hold the bottle firmly and moving forward steadily. This is how we adjust our labeling machine. In addition, our labeling machine head can adjust the height of the label, controls the upper and lower position of the label on the bottle. Also, sometimes the bottle has a little slope or taper. We need to make sure that the labeling machine head and the bottle surface are parallel. Here it is. The labeling head must be parallel to the surface of the bottle, so that the labeling can be smooth. If there is a little taper or slope, we have a device that can adjust the angle. This device can adjust the inclination of the entire labeling machine head. Adjust through this. To adjust the inclination of the labeling head. In addition, we can also adjust the front and rear positions of the labeling base through this place. Adjusting its front and rear positions by adjusting this hand wheel. Then through this hand wheel to adjust its position. This is our entire labeling machine head. It can be adjusted in 6 directions at will.